Hello, my loves. Let me get this one going. How is everyone today? It's Friday, Friday. I feel like that was a song. I feel like the It's Friday, Friday was a song at some point uh in life. Like it feels like something I would have heard. Um I think it's a song. I'm gonna go with it's a song. Anyway, so it's Friday. Oh, you know what I didn't do? You know what I didn't do, but I know how to do it now. So I'm going to do it. Hold on. We're going to call this the Metaphysical Q and A. Bam. Look at that. What do we call that? Growth. It's called growth, babies. And that's what I've been doing. That's what we're doing. That's what this is all about. It's all about growing. We're going to continue growing. That's what we're going to do. You know, we'll do it. Come closer. Okay. So I am Asia. I am here. It is Friday. Whew, yo, this week, like this week was like the longest month of my life now so far. I feel like, this week was so crazy long. I not gonna lie. So I want to say two triggered portions, like things that it was like, oh my gosh, it's so overwhelming. It's so hard um that I had to physically like remind myself, or mentally. It was physical because I have like these things that I do for myself, but I had to like push myself into this mindset. I had to like physically change my vibes, if that makes any sense. So, and it might not. What can I do? But we talk about it in the like protection and boundaries for empaths, and the work that I've been doing like with others who are also on their journey of learning more about the empaths. Because so it is that work, right? And I'm not gonna lie, like everybody feels like when you're doing this type of stuff, like this type of work, that you just know, you just do, everything is just kind of like roses and sunshines and lollipops for you, right? Or they're kind of hoping that it's not, right? So, how many things can be done so that she can be broken? I don't know. I feel like I've been through quite a lot in order to, like, if I was going to be broken, I definitely feel like, this was the time, right? This was the way. These things that happened, they're like, the Lord tests our greatest soldiers. Look, man, I've been tested, okay? But this week was like things happened and I had to physically uh literally just like come into using all the tools, like all the tools in my toolbox. And it wasn't even like anything that was so crazy, just things are just kind of crazy for me right now. So, I kind of have to, deal. Um Learning how to voice these things, these whatever's happening for me, like learning how to communicate that to other people, right? Because yes, when you're learning, you're like, okay, look, this is what it is. I'm an empath. I can control these things. I can learn how to work around these things. But there is a spot where you got to learn how to manage others so that way others also know what's going on, and maybe they can help. You got to help other people help you is where we are, right? So this is the Friday Q&A. I covered a lot of things this week. A lot of things. I put a lot of shit out there this week. So if you have a question about anything, hold on, let me make sure, because I'm like, I've checked my DMs Okay, just making sure. Okay, I've checked my DMs, and the questions that I received were about like this heart space thing that I've been talking about. And it's, kind of ironic because I did just put out, I'm working through like the Q&A because I worked with my older people, my seniors, my wiser folks, my more seasoned of the community, okay? My elders, right? Um, work with them, and I'm going to continue working with them at the community center. I think that it's important work because they they have seen a lot, especially here in this community. Like they've pretty much been wounded the most because they've been here the longest, and all of the things that have happened between like this local government and these, this community that I'm in, that I'm doing this work in right now. um, they've experienced it the longest, and they've created these, walls and stuff in order for them to be able to sit in the community, basically. And it's evidenced by the questions that they were asking during the sound bath. And honestly, I thought that I was going to come in. I'm not going to lie. I thought I was going to come in with my bowls and they were going to be like, shut that shit down. We don't want that. Right. But they were open to it. And I loved that because I was like, oh, they were like you. I tend to see like the seniors, the wise men, the wise ones as sometimes close-minded, right? I tend to see them as close-minded, but maybe they're not. Maybe they're shifting as well. Like their questions showed me that they're open to this, right? They're open to being able to raise their vibrations and expand and step outside of whatever these boxes are that they've been dealing with. And so I was like, awesome, awesome. But yes, so one of the questions was about the heart space. We've been talking, if you watched these lives, I do Monday and Friday, right? We've been talking about heart space for 2 weeks now. So I'm thinking this might be the fourth time I'm kind of mentioning it. Because this is just the space that we're in right now. I know that we are in astrologically, that we're in this energy where like a lot of these big energies are kind of coming together, right? And it's creating this feelings of like prosperity and abundance and I thought there was somebody on that roof. um luck, luck, right? Especially if you are among those of us who've been doing the work, right? So there's like, we've been talking about, this is a rough time. This is the work that we're doing, learning and growing in our authentic, you know, unwrapped, unraveled, this is me moments, right? Doing that work, right? Integrating that work into the spaces where you don't normally put them. So, like for me, you're watching this because I'm integrating that authentic, who am I? What am I here for? What are my purposes? What is my uh what is my thing, my intentions, and what am I here for, into my spaces of transformation, of death and rebirth, of career, of financial abundance. So that's why we're here. That's why you're here. If you're watching this, you're here because you're a part of this journey. Okay, you may not think you are, but you are. Okay. um that being said, the question was about the heart space and different ways that we can open it. And I did do that work, I did answer that question, like opening the heart space. I don't remember when it was though. I'll find it, I'll make a clip of it, and then I'll kind of like reference it somehow. Okay. But that was when we talked about, you know, crystals, um, compassion, meditation, meditation on loving kindness, especially like for those who are, you know, on a more religious journey. Loving kindness meditation is definitely a way to open that heart space. Um, I use the sound. I use the sound of either the my tuning forks if I'm doing like a one-on-one, or like in a sound bath. I'm using specific bowls for literally every time. The moment I turn it on, he's gonna start barking. But I use specific bowls. So to answer that question of like which specific bowls I would use in opening heart space, um, like I just mentioned in a post. Hey Tank, come here, baby. Come here. No, just come here. You're doing all that noise. We don't need all that noise. Come on, come lay down. Yeah, come lay down, baby. A little pum pum. Yeah, lay down. No, not there. Just go up there and lay down. You're not doing that. Go lay down. Come on, lay down. Lay down. Yes, I love you too, but not here. Okay, well then lay down right there then. Down. Like out of my face. Out of my face. You want love? Look at this. This is what I gotta deal with. Okay. But the bowls that I would use are specifically, I would use the F bowl, like I mentioned, and F is to work on that heart chakra, right? The heart chakra. So I would use the F bowl, songs in the key of F, right? um, and the other bowl. So I would use the F bowl by itself. Like when you're just like playing the F bowl by itself, it is designed for opening up that heart space, right? Just that tone, okay? But also you can do the C bowl and the G bowl, right? And you put those two bowls together. And when you put those two bowls together, hey, how you doing? It creates the auto frequency, right? And that frequency is for reconnecting, healing, bringing together. Now, there's also in like the solfeggio frequencies, there is the specific frequency. I want to say it's like 639 or something like that. That you can also use. I don't have bowls that roll with the solfeggio frequencies, so I don't do any of that. I'm kind of like, I'm going to work with what I have type thing. But you can get forks, you can get a bowl that works in that space. And then also, I want to say the Jupiter bowl, also in the Tibetan. I know that there's a heart bowl, but I want to say, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up because I want to say it's Jupiter in the Tibetan bowls. But let me just make sure. Heart? No, it's the Venus. Yeah, that would make more sense. It's the Venus. So you can get like the Venus bowl in the Tibetan bowls. You know, look up one of those and do that work with Venus energy. Which right now it's a good energy to work with. You're working in that Venus, and like I said, it would literally the moment I go on, he decides this is what he's going to do. All the noises, all the different things. But yeah, you want to work with that that Venus energy. Now is the time. Like, first of all, we're in Taurus. Okay, Taurus is very Venus, right? Taurus is like ruled by Venus. Okay, so you know, it's just a good time to work with that energy, but it would coincide with why we're kind of doing this heart space stuff and the opening of the heart. Like I said, it's just that time of the year. It happens, every year, so that's what I would say. G bowl with the C bowl together, play those two together. F bowl by itself. This is if you have just the chakra bowls. Okay. Tuning forks, you can also do the heart chakra tuning fork. Or again, if you're using tuning forks, I would use the C with the G. I would also use the F by itself. Okay. And then, like I mentioned, the Venus bowls in the Tibetan, in the metal Tibetan bowls, I would use that. So that is that. I feel like that was a long answer, but I think that it's so needed right now. Like the idea of opening up our hearts. I think that it's so necessary and so needed because because what the world needs now is love, sweet love, right? But like people are closing off, and it's counterintuitive, it's counterproductive for us to be closing our hearts right now. Okay, we need more people who are going to be more open. And this can be really scary. I get it, right? Because it requires a level of vulnerability that we, especially if you're my age, okay, we're not designed to even fathom, right? I was not created with I was not raised. I'm gonna say I was not raised, because come on, get up here. Come on. Up here. Boy, come and lay down. Okay, then lay here then. You're doing too much. Here, down. Down. I know. I love you too. I really do. But I need for you to lay down. Anyway, I was not raised with the compassionate, open, vulnerable mindset, right? I was raised by a boomer who was like, just go home, close the doors, don't talk to nobody, don't tell anybody anything, don't bring my business out to the streets type thing, right? So this is where this is the product of that. Okay, not to blame, I'm not gonna mother blame or anything like that. This is just literally saying specifically my generation was not created, was not grown with these type of things. So coming into it now, if you're my age, little older, little younger, and you're coming into this now, and I'm telling you things like open heart, vulnerability, and you're like, bitch, please no. Okay. I get it. Take it for what it is. If it works for you, it works for you. Join me if it works for you. If it does not, I get that also. Chuck it and let's move on. Wait for me to come back around to the next wheel in the cycle when we're talking about something else. I'm pretty sure by next month the energy will have changed and I'll be talking about something else. Okay, I promise. It gets better. I think maybe. Let's go with a promise. Go back, just rewind. Yeah, I'm promising. Okay. So that being said, open hearts. That's where we are. This is the time. This is the place. Okay. This is just what it is. Okay. What am I reading? Yeah. Okay. Cool. I can go there. I'm ready today. Yeah. Last week was not ready for what am I reading because all of my stuff was in the room, right? What am I reading is the is always the question that people tend to ask. And so I'm like, all right, well, hold on. I gotta do this part real quick. There you go. All right. The what am I reading is the question that I get so often, right? People are like, what are you reading? And then I'm like, I don't know. I'm reading like so many different things, right? So what I have up here, the Practical Guide to Kabbalistic Symbolism, seems like a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I'm talking about like the symbolism of Kabbalistic symbolism or the Tree of Life or anything, I get like a lot of people like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yes, yes, okay." Look, they put a lot into this one book right here. So if you're looking for, I'm going to let you know this book right here, because I'm on, yeah, like even the practical applications part. But this book right here, this one right here, okay? If you're looking, it's a good one, okay? But I have to, I'm doing like, crosswalk type stuff, right? A lot of things in my world revolve around the connecting of like different mindsets, different religions, different viewpoints, So I've been doing a lot of like this connecting of stuff. And hold on a second, there we go. And a lot of it is like the connecting, so that you can understand, or we can all understand, that we are one. We're all really saying the same things. We're just kind of saying them in different ways, right? So being able to understand that connection, which again goes back to the hard stuff, I know, but being able to understand that connection opens us up, especially when you're working in like that soul alchemy, rebirthing, transmuting of energy. The laws are important, right? And so I'm doing a lot of that crosswalk stuff, that creating a connection, between what we just think is automatically what we know is the only truth, that kind of mindset, and kind of opening it up to, you feel like this is your only truth, but there are like a bunch of people who are thinking the same thing and saying the same thing, because you're all connected. And it really does not matter sometimes with the words that you're using, but more the nature of what you're trying to say, the intention, the archetype, or the behind what you're saying. So that being said, I'm on the Secret Doctrine, right? And this one I'm kind of using as reference with this one, right? Because in this one, Madame Blavatsky, she basically kind of crosswalks between different scriptures, different archetypes, different modalities, and as someone like me who is basically studying on it all, the allness and oneness of it all, because my goal is to basically send that out, right? It's important. So that's where I am. Okay. We are 22 minutes. Lastly, because nobody has asked a question, I can get to the cards. And I have, for this week, I'm back on it. Because I was going to just use these, but I don't know. I feel like I used them on Monday, and I'm kind of not like a redundant type person. I like to, I like to expand. I like difference. Okay. But I will go ahead and use these. Hold on. I forgot to turn off my thing there. Here we are. All right. Turned it. All right. So basically what I'm going to do is like how I did last week. I got good feedback on how I did that last week. So I'm going to pull one card for each of the different elements. And this week I'm pulling from Secrets of the Ancestors, Abiola Abrams. She's got a lot going on. You should probably check out her page. I mean, she's got a lot going on. She's way bigger than me, right? So, okay. So you're watching this. This is for you. I'm taking the energy from my helpful ancestors, because we know they weren't all helpful, but my helpful ancestors, spirit guides, and those who have our best and highest good at heart. All right. So I'm going to start earth, air, fire, water. That's just how I do it. Earth, air, fire, water. Okay. So earth, we talked about earth is Taurus energy, Virgo energy, and Capricorn energy. Okay. When I say Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo energy, that means The energy is either in your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign. Okay, so I got Earth. Earth is good. It makes a little sense. Okay, Earth, air. All right, that's air. We got fire. Okay, so fire. Oh, air, by the way, is Earth, air. Aquarius, Gemini. I'm like, I think it's Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. I want to say Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra is air. All right. So fire is Aries. Okay. Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo, my favorites, right? And water. I'm water. We all know water. Right? Water's the Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. All right. Oh, shoot. Okay, there it is. I was like, okay, there it is. All right. So earth, air, fire, water. I mean, kind of makes sense. So first, earth. Earth, we was rid of fire. Risk it all. Risk it all. Okay. And this kind of makes sense to me. Because right now, like earth, first of all, earth guys and gals, you guys are all like, very steady, very grounded, very rooted. Okay. So risk not really a part of your, your inner matrix, right? You're not like, hey, you know what? Let me get in on some risk. You know what I mean? Bam, bam. But here you go. Here is your invitation. This was the root of fire. This is that, go, make, do, act, take the jump, take the leap. That's your risk it all. Okay. So that's earth. Air, miracles in motion. Mother God, look. Okay. So air, this is a good time to consider. I'm not going to even say do, because you can't make an air sign do anything, right? You know what I mean? But consider, be open to making choices that are scary, right? Usually miracles in motion, And what's funny is because like right now they're talking about like how this is like miraculous moments, right? Like between now and like the 25th of May. Okay, so whenever you're seeing this is 2024, okay? But it's like now between now and like the 25th of May, we're in like this growing abundance, like lucky, miraculous, that all of these words, these, crazy big words that are being used, right? Looks like for the air signs, the goal is to be open. And this makes sense. I feel this. Okay. Air signs are really big on doubting or on questioning or on analyzing, instead of on going or doing, right? An air sign, likely like that feeling that, it's going to think it, going to question it, and going to weigh it, right? Like in the case of a Libra, right? Let me weigh it. Let me figure this out. Can't really make a decision on it, right? It's that energy, and this is like go in motion. You have the blessing, like things are happening. This miracle is happening, right? But miracles don't happen unless you've done something, put something in motion. Miracles in motion. There you go. Bam. I know you wondered how I did that, but I'm not gonna let you know. If you want like a private reading, and we can talk more about it, where it's basically just for you specifically, feel free to find me. You can find me in the DMs. You can find me. I think I linked my booking like appointments in site in the YouTube. Okay, find me. Whatever. We can talk about this more. I don't mind not talking about it. Earth, air, fire. Fire got the chiefess. Strength tested. It is hard. Fire, fire, fire. This is hard. Okay. This is like akin to that strength card in the tarot, right? Where it's how bad do you want it, right? How, but also how regal can you be? See, this is the chiefess, right? Like how regal, how dignified, you know, and that's hard for them fire signs, right? To be dignified because things gonna pop off right now, right? You're like, hey, on site, right? But how refined, how dignified, how regal can you be with whatever you're getting tested on? Okay. For example, and I mean, I'm going to go with this as it works with me because I have a Leo moon, right? So I do have some fire in me as far as that energy goes, right? And like I mentioned, this week was crazy. Like my mental was tested. My strength was tested. Okay. And I had to come to use my toolbox, figuring out how can I get through these situations with the tools that I have. Am I using them all? Right. To come out the other side without, on site, okay? And, not popping off, okay? Because I want it to pop off. I want it to just like explode, just like, balls of fire at your face, whatever. It's kind of like that feeling, how can I do that? How can I get that? How can I get that without, how can I get to the next level without the pop off, right? Okay, so that's one thing for the fire sign. Try to avoid that pop off moment, okay? And water, you got creative expression, creature of water. It makes sense. This is good. We're in our moment. This is our time. Think creative expression. Expression meaning you gotta let it out. I know a lot of us would just be sit there and be like, hey, I did this thing. I'm not gonna tell you about it. Nobody's gonna find out. No, don't look at it. Okay, I'm gonna keep it to myself. Okay, but it's right now a good time for expression, and this also makes sense to me because as we're talking about this abundant, miraculous, growing, expansive energy that is out there right now, and whatever is supposed to come up for you and pop off in the next week, right now, especially half moon, right? Okay. So right now is that design phase, right? Where you're going to put out your offering. Okay. A water sign. This makes sense to me. Okay. But we're putting out our offerings. You're putting it out. You're expressing it. Okay. Because when the moment is right, what did they say? Luck is opportunity meets preparation. Okay. If you did this part, if you put out your offering, okay, you did your part. When the time comes, that luck that everybody's talking about is going to be the opportunity has now met your preparation, okay? Specifically for the water signs, that what that one was about, okay? Not just like your water sign, but like rising, or if you have a lot of water energy in you, okay? Put your shit out there. Okay. Don't sit down on it. Don't think anymore about it. Like right now, put it out. This weekend, put it out. Offer it. Show it. Do it. Okay. Express it. Okay. Because what then has to happen is this, and that's the thing. Everybody's like, oh yeah, the 25th, or oh yeah, the 23rd. But it's not like that time. It's the lead up to that time. Like it's the growing part. Like we're in that growing part. Like all the stuff has to happen. You don't want to be there at the time. Like you think, like the train comes at 12 p.m., right? If you decide at 12 p.m., oh yes, the train is coming, let me get out of my car, bitch, you're gonna miss a train. Okay. You gotta be at the platform when them doors open at 12 p.m. The train came, you were there, you were ready, you got out your car, you packed up your stuff, you got to the place on time, you did that preparation, you expressed, you put it out. Okay. When you get there, the doors open, the train is there, bam, in. Okay. If you're sitting there, the train is coming and you're in your car trying to get ready, or you're at your house trying to pack, you don't miss a train. That's just how it is. Anyway, so there you go. That was my take this week. The energy, 4 signs. Four elements. I did it again. That was the earth, act, air, be open, take the chance. Honestly, it feels like a lot of these were just like action, right? Which makes sense because we're all in that energy right now. It's time to act, do the part that you got to do, you know. The air, definitely be open. Don't think, just put it into motion. Fire, calm down, calm the fuck down, okay? And figure this out on a more regal level, okay? And water, express, do your part, put it out there. All right. Let's breathe. I did it. Look at that. 36 minutes. I'm in, I'm out. Okay. If you are seeing this and you got this far and you watched this on my YouTube channel, then I am so grateful. Thank you very much for sticking through it and sticking this far. Again, if you want more a personalized reading, I call it a divine path reading. So if you want something more personalized, then find me on my booking page and we can, get you an appointment. I do them online and basically we just kind of, do just like this. It just be me chatting with you about your divine path. Okay. I am open to it. I'm excited to meet you. And like I said, if you're seeing this, then this is for you. Okay. Until next time, which likely is Monday. I got other stuff going on this weekend. I'm growing, I'm expanding, I'm putting my shit out there. Okay. So until next time, I am Asia, the Soulful Creatrix, and I'm still wishing you nothing but love and peace and many continued blessings. Have a good weekend, my loves.